Good morning, friends. You are most welcome to Think Ice channel. Today we are going to discuss Ghatnachakra for UPPSC 2023, and our topic is Environment and Sustainable Development. Let us begin the topic. Environment. Environment is defined as the sum total of biotic and abiotic components that surrounds and influence an organism. Everything that surrounds an organism is collectively known as its environment. The biotic and abiotic components of the environment interact with each other. Silent Springs is an environmental science book published in 1962. It was written by an American biologist and ecologist, Rachel Carson. According to Environment Protection Act 1986, environment includes physical, abiotic, or biotic components and their interaction with each other. Environment includes three components, which you can see here. Environment and its structure. First is physical abiotic component, soil, air and water. Second is biotic component, plant, human, animal and microorganisms. Third is cultural element. Cultural environment include man-made features such as economical, social and political elements. Sustainable development. Sustainable development is the concept of development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Sustainable development is a subject of sensitivity in the context of natural resources from one to another generation. The main objective of sustainable development is the conservation of natural resources, proper management of natural resources, and use of natural resources in a just manner. Here you can see the picture, environment and its interaction. First, there is an environment. Here there are four components: atmosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere. All the components are correlated and interrelated. And lithosphere has mountain, plains, desert. Atmosphere has troposphere, stratosphere. Biosphere has plants, animals, and the hydrosphere has glaciers, lake, river, and ocean. The Brundtland Report, published in 1987 by the United Nations World Commission on Environment and Development, coined the term sustainable development. This word was coined by WCED report titled Our Common Future. It captured full attention by Agenda 21 Rio Conference in Earth Summit of 1992. It was the main point of discussion in the Johannesburg Conference of 2002. Events and the year. Publication of the Limit to Growth Report. Publication of the Limit to Growth Report 1972. Publication of Brundtland Commission Report. Publication of Brundtland Commission Report, April 1987. Adoption of Montreal Protocol. Montreal Protocol adoption, September 1987. Rio Earth Summit. Earth Summit at the Rio, June 1992. Sustainable development includes poverty mitigation, conservation of biodiversity, and control of environmental pollution. Nature has its own beauty and boundaries, so at first we should understand the nature and then the roadmap of development should be prepared. Sustainable development is a balanced approach between economic development and environmental conservation. Compelling terms for sustainable development are based on the availability of information. These information are obtained by remote sensing technology, statistical method, geographical information system GIS, environment information system, etc. On the basis of these information, roadmap of development is prepared. Important information for sustainable development related to environment and related to human activity. Let us discuss about related to environment, sustainable development information, natural habitat, natural resources, fundamental factors of environment, status of environment. And in the case of related to human activity, population growth rate, population size, resources and food availability, non-compulsory, non-compulsory structural facility, average standard of living, and per capita income, level of technology. Important information for sustainable development we discussed here. Water and carbon cycle in nature. Environment includes biotic and abiotic factors. These factors interact with each other. In general, this interaction occurs in a cyclic manner. The flow of energy and matter takes place between these factors, abiotic and biotic, in a cyclic process. These cycles exist in nature in the form of carbon cycle, water cycle, etc. CO2 is released in the atmosphere by a number of processes. Some of them are respiration, volcanic eruption, combustion of fossil fuels, etc. Autotrophic plants perform photosynthesis wherein they use carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to produce carbohydrates or to produce food in the plant. It is noteworthy that carbon is found in various forms in the earth. Elemental carbon is generally found in the nature as three crystalline allotropes form graphite, fullerene and diamond. In compound form, it is found in the form of carbon dioxide, carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. Carbon is also recycled by different physical and biological processes. Here you can see the diagram of carbon cycle in nature. First, CO2 in earth atmosphere, organic compounds or plants, organic compounds or animals, respiration and decomposition. Organic compounds and plants, that is related to coal, petroleum and organic compounds to animal. Organic compounds to animal, that is related to petroleum, organic carbonate shells and CO2 in atmosphere, that is related to carbonates in water and limestone. Solar radiation plays the most important role in the water cycle. Solar radiation initiates water cycle by evaporating water. Humidity is defined as some measures of the water vapor content of air or other gas. The term humidity is a general term to quantity, the amount of water vapor in the gas. Significantly, humidity is measured using a hygrometer or psychrometer. The water cycle is driven primarily by the energy from the sun. The solar radiation drives the cycle by evaporating water from the ocean, lakes, rivers, and even the soil. It forms water droplets and clouds, where water droplets eventually gain enough mass to fall back to earth. The water cycle is essentially a closed system, which means that the volume of water that is in the hydrosphere today is the same amount of water that has always been present in the earth system. Here we can see the picture of water cycle. Sun, there are clouds and condensed water. Clouds exhibit rains which fall on river or ocean and mountains and everywhere. Rivers and ocean evaporates water in the presence of sunlight that makes cloud. evaporation from trees and plants, evaporation from mountains. After evaporation, cloud at the presence of low temperature, condensed water. Condensed water falls on mountain ranges as a hailstone or rain, and at the last we can see water seepage which creates groundwater level. Many transplanted seedling do not grow because most of the root hairs are lost during transplantation. The function root hairs is to collect water and mineral nutrients present in the soil and take this solution up through the roots to the rest of the plant. Here we can see the figure of imbibition of water from soil from less concentration to high concentration. There is a soil solution in water, less osmosis pressure and less concentration exerts on it. After imbibition, we can see root hair vacuole liquid where more osmosis pressure is exerted and more concentration is exerted and root hair is exerted outside. These are made up of cellulose and nominal pectin which helps it as a galling agent with the soil. Another reason is the use of fertilizers which increases the concentration of the soil and make it difficult for plants to absorb water. This situation causes desiccation of plant cells causing the leaves to turn brown. Atmosphere. The thin layer of gases surrounding the earth is called the atmosphere. The atmosphere is majorly consists of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. The air around us is a mixture of gases. Here we can see the figure balance of O2 and CO2. Plants and animals. Plant gives oxygen to animals. All animals after respiration gives back carbon dioxide to the plants. The share of various gases in the composition of air is as follows. Gas and percentage: nitrogen N2 78.08%, oxygen O2 20.95%, argon AR 0.93%, carbon dioxide CO2 0.036%, neon Ne 0.002%, helium He 0.0005%, krypton Kr 0.001%, xenon Zxn xenon 0.00009%, hydrogen 0.00005%. Nitrogen is the most abundant gas available in the environment. We need oxygen to survive and therefore we depend on the plants and trees for our survival. The process by which plants make their food is called photosynthesis. In this process, they consume CO2 present in the atmosphere and release oxygen in the atmosphere. The United Nations has identified 7 Sustainable Development Goals which have to be realized by the year 2030. These goals are: first is no poverty, and poverty in its all form everywhere, and poverty in all its forms everywhere. Second is zero hunger, and hunger achieve food security and improved nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Third, good health and well-being, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Fourth is quality education, ensure inclusive and equitable education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Fifth is gender equality, achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Sixth is clean water and sanitation, ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Seventh is affordable and clean energy, affordable and clean energy, ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy for all. Eighth is decent work and economic growth, promote sustained, inclusive and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment and decent work for all. Ninth is industry innovation and infrastructure. Build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. Tenth is reduce inequalities. Reduce inequalities within and among countries. Reduce inequality. 11th is sustainable cities and communities. Make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. 12th is responsible consumption and production. Ensure sustainable consumption and production pattern. 13 is climate action. Take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. 14 is life below water. Conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. 15 life on land. Combat desertification, sustainably manage forest, halve and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. 16th is peace and justice strong institution, promote peaceful and inclusive societies and provide access to justice. 17th and last is partnerships to achieve the goals. Global Partnership for Sustainable Development. A Sustainable Development Goal Index had also been initiated to measure the progress made by various countries in the direction of achieving these goals. In 2021, India was placed at 120th position among 165 countries. Position of countries in Sustainable Development Goals SDG Index 2021. First position Finland, second Sweden, third Denmark, fourth Germany, fifth Belgium, sixth Austria, seventh Norway, eighth France, ninth Slovenia, 10th Estonia. All these are European countries. 120th India, 129 Pakistan. Sustainable farming is also an important aspect of sustainable development. UN declared 2022 as International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development. Sustainable agriculture is the production of food, fiber, or other plants or other animal products using farming techniques that protect the environment, public health, human communities, and animal welfare. In short, it is proper utilization of land without affecting the environment so that its quality remains intact. Use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides has adversely affected soil health. To cope up with this, National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture NMSA NAMSA has been formulated for enhancing agriculture productivity, water use efficiency, promoting nutrient management and livelihood diversification through the adoption of sustainable development pathways. This mission is a part of the National Action Plan of Climate Change. Club of Rome is an association of economists, civil servants, and scientists with a mission to promote understanding of the global challenges facing humanity. The organization has prioritized five key areas of impact: emerging new civilization, planetary emergency, reframing economics, rethinking finance, and youth leadership and intergenerational dialogues. Thank you very much.